Shaking that head, yeah. Good morning. Good Saturday morning. Beautiful morning outside. Now this is what it's all about. Cool, or should I say cold, temperatures.
Well, let's just go ahead and call it cold.
Walked in this morning, I told Lanny, I said 40 degrees difference from last Saturday.
Yeah.
That's about right, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, about 40 degrees. 21 degrees this morning here at our studios in Maiden.
Makes you feel alive.
21, 22 in Lincoln. You want to guess Boone?
10 with a wind chill factor of -9.
You're not far off, 13.
Okay.
Now, let's see if it gives us a wind chill in Boone. I think it's been worse this week. The funny part is it's supposed to rain in Boone tomorrow, and it says rain.
No snow.
High 46.
Well, I've been so envious of Boone.
Snow later in the week.
I've been seeing pictures there from WBTV, you know, every night on King Street, that dusting of snow and
see it falling in the lights.
It falling in the lights. God.
You know, I've been maybe envious of Boone, but not so much the northeast corridor of I-95, where there's been all kind of issues.
Not there. No.
Over the last week. I mean, it's just been, you know, Virginia had a big mess. People stranded for more than 24 hours on the interstate.
That's different. It is. That's a natural disaster.
And then the most recent, where was it that it stalled traffic? There was another place that stalled traffic, maybe New Jersey or somewhere, or maybe that was just typical traffic in New Jersey. But you know, sometimes it can be just too much. It can be overwhelming.
Oh yeah,
surprise you. You know, that one time they said it was snowing 2 inches an hour. You know, that's pretty quick. That's pretty heavy, putting it down. But yeah, it's
the woods are.
I don't think anybody lost their life in that situation in Virginia, but I'm sure that some people thought they might at certain points. But seems to be all good now. You know, maybe, you know, it's one of those things that it was 60 degrees and raining, and in 2 hours it was 25 and snowing. Yeah.
Well, changeable weather is something we seem to have, you know, that we've had to get used to. Just sudden dramatic changes.
Mike, we got good many sports to talk about. It's NFL Saturday. Number one thing, how long will it take us to find? And maybe I missed it. I hope I did not miss it. But the FCS championship, is it today?
It is.
Okay, it is today. How long will it take us to find what time it starts?
Oh, you're talking about on the ESPN schedule.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't pop up here and there.
Now
Brett will find it on the app, but
it is at North Dakota State, correct?
No, it's at Frisco, Texas, right? Isn't that the neutral site where they hold?
Neutral site. Okay.
Yeah.
And the teams
you were wanting
Montana
to go,
State.
You were wanting to go if it was at North Dakota State, right?
Yeah.
Experience the temps.
We
need to look up and see what the temperature is today at what town is North Dakota State, and that'd be interesting.
Is that Bismarck? No.
I don't know. That's a good
Fargo?
guess. That Fargo's not in North Dakota.
That's in South Dakota.
No, it's in North.
Yeah.
I think it is in North. Right on the
forever immortalized
Minneapolis line.
Forever immortalized.
I'm right on the Minnesota line. Excuse me.
The Coen brothers film Fargo.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Great movie.
Oh yeah.
Great, one of the best of all time.
Oh yeah.
And even the series they did later on one
good.
of the
That's right.
USA or wherever, I don't know where it was. It wasn't USA. FX maybe.
FX.
Did it?
That was
but
FX.
It was also good. But yeah, I think it's in Frisco, Texas. Lanny said it's in Frisco, Texas, and that's where, you know, since it moved from Chattanooga, that's been the I don't know what the reason was for that, moving it, but
money.
Well,
Lanny said
most likely it's the reason for everything.
Well,
right?
that's a pretty big stadium in Frisco. I mean, it's almost like 65,000 or something like that. I could be wrong.
Money. It's the only reason we're here this morning, right?
It drives the whole thing.
You know, I thought about this. I heard a song, and I thought, you know what? That's a great trivia question.
Let's go for it.
For Mike Powell.
Let's go for it.
You told me that your favorite college football nickname is
the Chippewas.
Where is that word
Central
mentioned?
Michigan.
Where's that word mentioned in a song?
Oh boy.
There you go. Very how am I gonna put this? I'm gonna let you think about it a little bit before I give any hints.
People. Let's see.
Before I give any hints, but Chippewa is listed in a song. And I'll just say
that's part of the lyrics.
Yeah. I'll just say this: we've all heard it.
Yeah.
Many times. The song is we've all heard it many times. That's all I'll say for now.
Got time
you need more hints?
Got time to die. Indian people, Indian. Am I on the right track?
You going with Cher?
Am I on the right track? No.
That's Cherokee.
Yeah. Okay.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Cherokee people.
Yeah.
Cherokee
Not Indian
tribe.
people.
That's right. Chippewa.
And we've got
well, that song
listeners out there. Don't look it up, Lanny.
Tim McGraw version is what I know.
I think I know. Don't look it up.
Tim
back
McGraw.
There.
Okay.
Well, don't blurt it out. We'll just save it if you think you know.
Tim McGraw. Yeah.
I think he looked it up.
No, I didn't. Watch it, Chuck Norris.
Watch it, Chuck. He's probably said it a time or two.
So,
but, and let me tell you, the first time I ever realized that lyric was in that song was either last night or this morning, or I can't remember if it was when I heard it.
That's when the revelation
and
came
I'm like,
to you.
what? What did he just say?
Chippewa.
Oh, I gave a hint. I shouldn't have done that. I already cut it down to 50%.
You gave a hint?
Yeah, I said he. What did he say? So that takes away. That lets you know it's not Janis Joplin.
Yeah. Ooh. Chippewa.
By the way, who's the most famous Central Michigan Chippewa?
That's a good. Well, he got me.
Yeah.
Got me.
Well, I don't know if he's the most famous, but he is.
Sitting Bull.
He is right now.
He is right now.
Yeah.
Is it to do with sports? It's got to be. It's got to be to do with sports.
Is he a quarterback?
No, not a quarterback.
But he does play football.
Yeah.
And he is popular right now.
Yeah.
He's in the NFL, probably.
At the
wide
receiver position. Hey, got
Was
that part
in the
right.
NFL?
Yeah, wide receiver. We already locked that in too. Antonio Brown.
That's right.
Oh.
Woo!
Good
I had to
one.
think he said he was, and he was quick to say he was in the NFL.
Yeah.
You know what? I could have been here all day, and if you asked me where Brown went to school, I would say, far out you. But but other than that, I wouldn't. It'd been a long time before, I guess, Central Michigan.
Nope.
It would have. I mean, it'd been a long.
I
I can't name you another NFL player, just right off top. I know there are, but I can't name one out of Central Michigan off the top of my head. But
But they did win their bowl game.
They
Chippewas
did.
did.
Now that's where the game they were inserted, and they played Washington State.
Yeah.
They were put in because somebody couldn't make it. Who was it? Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Miami couldn't make it.
Chippewas.
Yeah. Okay, what's Eastern Michigan? What's their nickname? Central Michigan. You got Eastern Michigan. Got all these directional schools in Michigan, and the funny thing is they're all pretty good in football.
Yeah,
they're not
right.
just
One's
as
the
Mike would say,
Broncos.
also Rams.
Yeah, one is the Broncos, but I don't know whether it's Eastern or Western Michigan.
Well, it makes sense. That'd be Western, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you'd think. I mean, man.
Joe Staley, Central Michigan.
Joe Staley
Remember him?
was a longtime lineman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. He went to Central Michigan. Okay. Who did he play for in the?
San Francisco.
Okay.
Well, it might have played for more than that, but that's
I'm guessing he was top 5
who
pick.
stands out.
Maybe number 2 in the draft when he came out. Something.
Says he was 28th,
Oh well.
What year did he come out for the draft?
06.
And he was 28th.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
6-time Pro Bowler.
well, I guess he was on the 49ers team that went to the Super Bowl.
And lost to brother John.
Brother John. That's right.
Brother John. Jim and Brother John. Jim's been mentioned as a big time candidate for the Raiders. What do you think?
Well, I'm also hearing
Jim.
Chi-Town Bears.
Yeah. Where he played.
Yeah.
Ryan Day wound up in the NFL. He
That
seems
could
pretty happy about what he's got coming back next year
Yeah.
in Buckeye Nation. I don't know if he winds up in the NFL or not. Monday, everything will be buzzing wide open because this coming Monday is Black Monday. for NFL coaches. You know.
Oh yeah.
This is when it's
So back to the lyric. You're not
Candy.
talking about the Tim McGraw song?
Is it in there? That's Choctaw.
No, it says Chippewa in
Does
there.
it?
Yeah.
Well, that's not the one I'm talking about.
That's what I asked.
It's not Choctaw.
Well, I know he says Choctaw in a song, but and maybe,
No, the song is Indian Outlaw. Half Cherokee and Choctaw. My baby, she's a Chippewa.
yeah, I do remember
She's a
that.
Chippewa.
Well, that's what came to mind
Well,
when you asked what.
Then
Wait a
there,
minute, you let him look it up.
yeah, he did look it up, didn't he? But you know what? He's not the one I'm thinking of.
Well, no, I said it when you asked.
Okay.
And
did you?
then-
And then you looked it up to see.
Yeah,
Okay.
just to make sure, because
Confirmation.
you didn't act like that was it.
Hey, we try to
That's the song Mike was saying the words to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, that's not the one. I'll tell you this. It's not in the country category.
Well, I figured.
It's not in the country category. It's folk. Does that help? Folk. Yeah. But it's very popular. Folk by a very popular artist.
Country, pop, folk artist.
I didn't say he was country or pop. I said he did have a few. he did have a few songs that went on the pop charts. Is that the one you were thinking, Lanny? Was Tim McGraw's? Did we lose Lanny?
It went away. Yeah.
Ran away.
Ran away.
Is that the one you were thinking? The Tim McGraw? Yeah. Yeah, it is in that. Like I said, it's not the only song, believe it or not. There are probably 10 more out there, but the one I heard is I don't know. It's he's a pretty famous folk song. If you just tuned in this morning, you're trying to figure out what we're talking about. Mike Powell has always said his favorite team nickname is Chippewas, and I heard it in a song. And I'm trying to get
Heard
him
it
to
in
guess.
a love song.
No. Well, you could consider it a love song, I guess.
Love song.
But it's not Marshall
It was a
Tucker.
Marshall Tucker
But
band.
I heard it in a song, and it's the funny part about it is the opening line
Opening line.
of the song. There's you another hint. I gave you two right there because I give you folk and I
Folk,
gave you
opening line.
Yeah, we do have a winner. Rodney's got it, but he may have looked it up himself.
Yeah.
He's some of these people I don't trust. You know?
No, I couldn't trust
But-
Rodney. No.
But he's got it. He nailed it.
That's a good one for trivia.
Uh-huh.
Chippewa in the very first line.
Chippewa
right?
in the first line. Yep.
Ah.
Yep. And I actually think it's referring to, and Rodney can tell me just when you read the
Folk
lyric.
singer.
I think it's referring to a lake.
A light.
I think it's referring to a lake.
So is Bob Dylan the singer?
Mm-mm.
No.
Burl Ives. No.
It's not Frosty the Snowman.
I thought it was silver and gold.
Silver.
and gold. Oh.
Well, Bob Dylan's from Minnesota.
Minnesota, yes, from
And
Minnesota.
Yeah.
that lake and
Yeah.
Chippewa thing just
But it is a
made me
folk
think
singer,
maybe
right?
Yes, sir.
Minnesota.
Yes,
Oh.
sir.
Oh.
Maybe not. Maybe not quite
I got
as
it.
popular
I got it.
as Bob Dylan, but he's right there.
Back of the Edmund
You
Fitzgerald.
got it.
Hey,
Gordon Lightfoot.
Gordon Lightfoot.
Yep.
I came through it.
You did. The very first line of the song from
The big lake they call Ichigumi, referring to Lake Superior.
Getchagumi.
Ichigumi or something.
Yeah,
like that.
the legend lives on from the Chippewa on down
Good job.
of the big lake they
They
call
call
Getchagumi. There you
Getchagumi.
go. First line.
All right.
I thought, well, there's a Mike Powell trivia question when I heard that.
And I
this morning.
came through it at the end.
You did. Rodney Willis beat you, but that's neither here nor there. But
One other
good
thing,
for both
guys,
of you. Good for both of you.
I want us, as announcing trio, to quit using, if we ever did, some of these cliches.
You're playing with house money now, Mike.
Yep. Yeah. The annual list of
He texted me that one
the
yesterday.
annual list of phrases and words that are becoming overused to the point of uselessness. In other words, they become cliches. Lake Superior State University puts out an annual banished words list.
While we're on lakes today.
Yeah. Here are some of them. No worries. At the end of the day,
At the end, boy, that's definitely
No, that's
that
got-
one. I think it was more overused a couple years ago than
Than
it is now.
you're
But
right.
it was awful.
You're on mute. That's pretty self-explanatory.
I don't mind that one because I'd like to know.
I know. Supply chain. Well, I don't get that one because we do have a supply chain.
Depends on
problem
what you're using it
right
for,
now.
though. If it's used in sports, I'm
Yeah.
not so sure.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not so sure about using it for sports.
Here's one. Wait, what?
What?
Wait, what? Meant to convey surprise or
Like, hold
uncertainty.
on?
Yeah. Some found this phrase to be inexact. The school said, I don't want to wait, one person complained. No worries. Nominated for its ubiquity, no worries is used as a substitute for you're welcome, but it's truly meaningless, the school noted. Yeah, you've heard that. No worries.
Thank you. And the guy will say, no worries.
No worries. Yeah.
No problem.
No problem. No worries. Um,
I would just rather hear,
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, and of course, at the end of the day, we said that's one of the worst ever.
you know what? I had a guy tell me a long time ago, it's funny. I think I used the word no problem a lot, the two words no problem a lot. And he
Yeah.
said, you know, when you say that, it indicates that maybe it could have been a
Could
problem.
have been a problem.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
right.
So I said, you know.
You gotta stop saying that.
So you know what I did? I used it more.
Hmm.
Just say it irritate him.
Irritating. How about this one? That being said,
That being said,
the phrase is simply a redundant verbal filler, nominators argue. Go ahead and say what you want already, one commanded.
now I'm interested in seeing how many we do today.
And how about this
that
one?
are
Asking
in
for a friend.
any particular week.
Used on social media because what you're really asking for is yourself.
Yeah,
But
it's
you
it's
say,
like it's a joke because
Yeah.
they know you're asking for yourself.
No, you're saying yeah, as a joke.
Mm.
Circle back
Circle back. Yeah.
is you deep
Well, Bugs
dive.
Bunny had to do that. You know, he
Yeah.
had to circle back.
Deep dive.
Deep dive.
Diving is for bodies of water,
I don't think I've ever used deep dive.
not subjects or materials. And why do you need deep? Does anyone ever dive in shallow water? No. And this one,
I might have
don't-
said, well, you're diving pretty deep there.
I've definitely used this one, guys. New normal because of
The new norm.
new norm.
I think I've used new norm.
New normal. A catch-all word for how our world has changed since COVID.
Yeah,
So,
watch the news and sports news both, and just see how many of these
Yeah.
will pop up on there.
Oh,
No,
at the end of the day is
It's awful.
like every interview
I
and
know.
press conference.
But at the end of the day, what do you really, Yeah.
Yeah.
John Fox used to say, "It is what it is." That was his.
Yeah, that was his thing.
It is.
I
what
don't
it
really
is.
like going forward. I mean, to me, that's
How about moving
overused.
forward?
I can take moving forward, but going forward, it just becomes a cliche.
How about onward and upward? I
Onward
used
and
to know a
upward.
guy that I worked with that said that all the time. Onward and upward.
Well, anything you overuse can become a cliche.
How about on Wisconsin?
No, that's the hallowed.
That belongs to one state.
Yeah, that's the hallowed fight song of the Wisconsin Badgers.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
On Wisconsin.
But Mike sent me a message yesterday, and I just couldn't wait to say it this morning after he sent that message yesterday about what was it again that I said earlier? I already forgot.
Playing with house money.
Playing with
Playing
house
with house
money.
money.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
if you're playing with house money and you lose, what's the point?
Well, you didn't lose anything because it was house money.
Well, yeah, but
I
they
mean-
always use that about a team that's an underdog. Has no business being in the game in the first place.
Why do we need what are the analogies?
Why
do we need them all anyway?
Yeah, playing with house money.
Mm.
Need to get rid of that one.
Mm.
I just wonder what our listening audience thinks about some of these cliches. Are they okay with them, or do they find them irritating?
You know, if you only hear them once a week, it might be okay. But the ones you hear, like Brett said, every single day on the,
Yeah, when I listen to talk
the end of the
radio
day.
all day long.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's your fault.
because I don't have anything else to do.
That's your fault. Yeah, you need to. Yeah, I don't know what you could do to substitute for that, but you got to find one occasionally.
Yeah.
They'll drive you crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've kind of cut out the sports talk shows in my car and just started listening to music again all the time.
Yeah.
I still listen to Howard Stern.
I listen to Dan Patrick when I can.
Yeah.
But the rest I really don't. And Dan's, I just like the format of Dan's show
Yeah.
and the fact that he's never overwhelming or trying to convince the audience of something, like a lot of talk show guys are. They're trying to, say, believe it because I'm saying it. And I've never looked at Dan that way. You know what I mean? He said, he lets you know it's my opinion. Everybody's got one. So a more laid back approach.
I got you.
And that's why I think I have really
the one I
just
listen to
taken his show.
consistently is Off Campus with Mark Packer. I like that one.
And it's a totally different kind of show there.
Yeah, it is. It's more of a call-in show.
Yeah, and they're also, they talk more about, the games themselves and the matchups and the people involved in it and things like that, which, that's kind of more like what we do, So,
and I will listen to
with it, like
we'll
get
listen to
on
Cal
with
Hurd.
Sports Talk Guys show. Rodney wants to hear sports, and
Okay.
yeah,
We hadn't even got to any
see,
sports yet.
See, he's going to have to be more selective with his shows.
Yeah, he's going to have to turn us off because we're not talking about sports, and it's 8:30.
He's going to pick something else. Something.
Yeah.
It's all related to sports. Everything we do is related to sports,
Yeah.
and we tie it in somewhere.
Somewhere
If
along
I,
the line.
I had a guy ask me at one time, if somebody asked you, if you had to tell somebody about yourself that people wouldn't know, what would it be? And it's the fact that you guys know, but they don't. Most people don't. I like music as much as I do sports,
Yeah, you do.
or more.
In fact,
Or more.
you almost gave up a football Friday night to go see
Steely Dan.
Steely Dan. Almost.
The only reason I
Not
didn't
quite.
is because COVID kept them from coming. They kept them.
I know.
Kept
That's
them
right.
from coming. But that's a little different, though, Mike. I mean, you're talking about a once in a lifetime opportunity versus going to,
Another high school
Yep.
football game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of many during the season.
Yep. And if it had been playoffs, I might have had, but didn't matter. It wasn't playoffs at the time. It might have been different, but it wasn't. And as it turned out, now they're coming when?
I don't know.
July or something like that, isn't it, Brad?
Okay.
And
Yeah, it's not during football
Yeah.
season.
Or you don't have to worry.
with Steve Winwood as the opening
Oh.
act, which ought to be
Now,
pretty
what
good.
venue?
I think it's Ovens,
Ovens?
Brett.
Okay.
Do you remember?
Yeah, that's where they were originally
Okay.
scheduled. I don't
Now,
know if it still is.
If you
or not.
miss this one, I'm going to be disappointed. I don't see any impediments. Well, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. Between now and then,
I mean, we don't know.
who really?
Yeah.
No,
It's an
did you-
indoor arena.
Yeah. Brett, did you find today's FCS
Yes.
championship game? Tell me it's.
When and where?
Tell me it's no later than 2:00.
It's at 12,
Good,
All right.
good, because we have NFL starting around 4:30. So
and it's on ESPN2.
ESPN2.
Montana State, North Dakota State.
And those guys aren't good enough to make the main channel ESPN, which I don't like. What I bet they have
What's
on
the
pregame.
programming for
I bet they have a
ESPN?
pregame, NFL pregame. That's my guess.
Yeah. But they do too.
But you probably have a hard time finding that to see what it is, unless it's a game of some sort. Maybe they got college basketball.
That's what I would
A
think,
big
college
matchup,
basketball
College
at
It's like
12.
college basketball.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
Well, there in the ACC alone, there's like 7 games a day, I believe. Basketball, that is.
tell me about the ACC. Can you tell me who's in first place without looking?
That would be.
Well, Duke's
Oh,
2-0.
No, Duke's only 2-0.
That's all.
4-0.
That's all I really know. Is
Yeah.
Duke's 2-0.
Miami's 4-0. Am I correct?
As much as conference standings mean in college football, do they mean anything at all in college
Not
basketball?
really.
Less, much less.
Way less, yeah.
Miami and Louisville, both 4-0.
Duke's 2-0.
Miami 4-0. How about that?
And Miami plays at Duke tonight.
That's right.
Tonight.
Clash of Titans. Yeah.
Yeah, if that's what you want to call it, I will let you. Lenny sent the same thing. Miami and Louisville are sitting at 4-0.
And Louisville plays at Florida State tonight.
Now, how I got on this page, because that's not where I tried to go. You said that college football game is at noon?
Yep.
Okay. ESPN2. I'm going to try to watch as much as I can of that game. Should be a really good game. Both teams have really been dynamic. But I'm guessing, and I don't know, this is honestly a guess, that North Dakota State is a slight favorite.
Yeah, I think it was
3,
7.
7, even, well, a little more than slight. A touchdown favorite in a championship game is pretty hefty.
Yeah, 7.5.
7.5. Yeah. So, which way would you go there again with the spread? Have you seen enough of either one of them to know?
No, but I'd take North Dakota State
Yeah.
just based on history.
Yeah, it's good to see a Montana team. You know, Montana and Montana State, both good programs. Good to see them. One of them.
What's
back in
Montana State's mascot name?
Bobcats.
Yeah, Bobcats.
Yeah.
Montana's the Grizzlies, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I have seen maybe both of those teams play in Boone.
Okay.
Yeah, I know I saw Montana State
Mm-hmm.
play in Boone in the playoffs one year, and I'm pretty sure that I did that. I also saw.
Do either of you
Montana
guys
play.
long nostalgically for the old days?
Oh,
And
absolutely.
This could have been Appalachian playing.
Absolutely, it is. I mean, you know, those playoff games were special.
They were.
Those home playoff
They-
games were
they
special.
really were.
And these other universities like North Dakota State, South Dakota State, Montana, James Madison,
Mhm.
they're still getting to enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
When will they take the move? You know, the only way I'd ever make that move now is if they do what I would like to see in D1 football and make 2 playoff divisions.
Yeah.
If they don't make 2 playoff divisions, I just don't think I'd ever want to.
Well, now, if they
Step
made
into
2
that.
playoff divisions out being in the Sun Belt, so they'd be in a group of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Which they could win.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm not
Okay.
saying they'd be the favorite going in the first year,
Well,
but
they would be in the
it would
hunt.
be a team that would have an opportunity to win. Central Florida,
Yeah.
you know, just thinking of some, who else falls into that category.
Well,
Right now, Cincinnati would fall into that category
Yeah.
big time,
Oh, yeah.
but that's all about to change for them.
They're going Big 12.
Yeah, and well, that's what you told me,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, I think they can handle that. I think
Oh,
I
yeah.
think they'll be fine. If
Oh,
they,
those 4 teams going into the Big 12 are solid.
okay. Who are the other
Central
3?
Florida, Cincinnati, Brigham Young, and Houston.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
That's pretty solid.
Yep. Yep.
But, the rumors of the Big 12's demise have been greatly exaggerated.
Lenny just gave me a basketball name out of Central Michigan that
What's that?
played for the Chippewas, NBA star for years, retired now. Brett,
I don't know.
Ooh, Chip played for the Chippewas.
nickname is Thunder.
Dan Marley.
Okay.
Thunder Dan Marley
Yeah.
played for the Chip. I would have never got that one.
Well, no.
You know, I can if you'd asked me where Dan Marley played college ball, you know, I would have said 50 schools probably before I would have said Central Michigan. Some more good trivia there
Mhm.
coming in for Mike's Chippewas.
Chippewas.
Mike's Chippewas. We still got to get the nickname of Eastern Michigan and Western
Western
Michigan. And you said you guys said one of them is the Broncos.
I believe so.
Which
it's
I
maybe
think
the
Eastern
Broncos.
Michigan's something else.
It-
Western Michigan wear? Which one wears like yellow? And is that the Chippewas? Maybe that's Chippewas. Eastern wears green.
Eastern Michigan is the Eagles.
Eagles. Yeah.
Eagles.
Well, that makes sense. Eastern
And they are
Eagles.
green.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me
Yeah.
see if I can find Western Michigan. They are the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they wear like a brown and maybe yellow or gold.
Look like Wyoming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Similar colors.
And they are the Broncos. So you got Eastern, Western, you got Michigan, Michigan State, and is anybody else in the state?
Michigan.
Well, you got Central. I left it out.
yeah,
You
don't
got
forget
Eastern,
them.
Western, Central. No Northern, no Southern, no UP. That'd be a great name, the UP.
Detroit has a university.
Yes, they do.
Well, I'm
You
sure
know,
there's a lot of
Kid
universities.
Rock,
Dick
hey,
Vitale
uh,
coached basketball there at one time.
There is a Northern Michigan because Kid Rock, that's where he spent his summers, you know.
Yeah, the territory.
Yeah, Northern
not,
Michigan.
Not necessarily the university. right?
Drinking.
Don't you think he just meant he didn't mean a school?
Nah,
He
of
did-
course not.
Yeah, there's a northern everything.
Summer in Northern Michigan.
There's a northern maiden. A
Drinking booze right
northern-
out the bottle.
But we happen to be in southern Maiden, where we are, and
SMU.
Mike lives in East Cherryville.
Yeah, I am an East Cherryville person. That's right.
Drove all the way over here from Eastern
Cherryville.
Eastern Cherryville.
Yeah.
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 All right,
Well,
college football.
West of Cherville is just called the Shelby side of Cherville.
College football today, all we got is the one game, the FCS championship. Then our national championship being played on Monday night. Finally, it has arrived, right? Monday night,
Yep.
keep you up till all hours of the night on that first work day back.
Yep.
But, you know, for
What's kickoff at now?
some.
About 8:15, probably. 8:30.
well, we can only hope.
Yeah.
Yep. Lenny agrees with me. Detroit is where Dickie V coached
He
while
did.
he did his college coaching. Did he not do an NBA team at one time as well?
I don't know.
He did.
I think he did an NBA, but now I'm not gonna. You know,
Mhm.
it might have been Detroit as well. I can't remember, but it seemed like he was a head coach of the NBA team, as all his stints were briefly.
Briefly.
Yeah. He didn't hang around too long. It
No,
doesn't
no.
seem like.
Except with ESPN, he started that in what, 79?
Pistons. See, Lenny said the
Yeah.
Pistons. So yes, he stayed in Detroit. I'm guessing the college job was first.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It
I
depends.
think he actually
if
started
he
out
had
in
no
high school
success
somewhere in New Jersey.
If he had, and you know what, Dickie's been going through a lot here lately. You do know
Yeah.
about that, all
Oh,
the
yeah, of
cancer
course.
treatments he's going through and things like
course.
that, and he's been posting on social media, and a lot of people have been acknowledging, liking his tweets and replying and wishing him the best and all that kind of stuff, and a lot of, even a lot of famous athletes and stuff have chipped in and
Oh, yeah, I mean,
wishing him the
you
best
know,
as well. And
Whatever you think about Dickie V, I mean, he revolutionized college basketball, and he was so much a part of ESPN in the early days.
Stop talking like you're writing him off now, Mike. He's not.
Oh, am I
That's
am
not-
using the past tense?
Yeah,
ooh.
he is
Are you still fighting?
ambassadors. What?
Yeah,
A
ambassador.
good word
Yeah,
for
I mean,
what he's done for college basketball.
No
And he's been
doubt.
really good for it.
Oh.
Like him or hate him,
Yeah.
you watch him, right? Like
You
him or
do.
hate him,
You do.
you watch him. He's hey, he's been the John Madden
He has
of
been.
college basketball. You know, I mean
Mhm.
he's the guy that had the big games for years and years and years.
Mhm.
He had the big games. NFL season winding down. We're going to take a time out. We're going to look at some of it. A couple games today that are meaningful games. I like the way the NFL's doing their schedule on the final week of the season and kind of setting these games up, in order of dominoes, and you know how important your game is. Most teams are playing not knowing, which means they've got to go out there and put forth the effort to win in case everything falls into place for them down the road. So we'll get into the NFL schedule, look at it, and see what we expect for the playoffs after this timeout.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver or visit mooneyinsurance.com. Times convenience stores are more than convenient. They're your neighborhood store, your store. With locations in Lincoln, Catawba, Gaston, Iredell, and Mecklenburg counties, there's one near you. Times convenience stores have the right items at the right price, from snacks, cold drinks, and light meals from the grill, and there's always a special to save you time and money. Times has what you need. Times convenience stores, there's one near you. Regardless of where you're going, there's one on your way. Remember, there's always time to stop by Times. Have you thought about when you would like to retire? One of your major assets is planning for retirement is time, and you lose a little of it each day. The longer you wait to start accumulating capital for retirement, the harder it's going to be. How should you plan for retirement? Start by calculating approximately how much capital you will need at retirement, then estimate how much you will have to put away each year. Finally, carefully choose the investments in which you will invest. Stifel Nicholas can assist you. Call 4Rembert today at 828-624-7300. Stifel Nicholas, member SIPC, and the New York Stock Exchange. First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Whether it's a sit-down meal or a call-in for the drive-thru, Brookwood Cafe and Catering is the answer. A variety of meats, vegetables, and desserts cooked daily, or a hot sandwich from the grill, they have what you're looking for to satisfy your taste buds. If you need catering from 5 to 500, Brookwood has you covered as well. Stop by Brookwood Cafe and Catering at 202 Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Don't forget breakfast daily till 11 a.m. Open Tuesday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., Wednesday through Saturday 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call 828-428-8944 to place your order today.
Covenant Church began as a vision of just over 100 people in 1984. Since then, Covenant Church has grown and currently located at 2168 Gastonia Highway in Lincoln. The Sunday schedule includes early morning worship at 8:30, Sunday school at 9:45, and morning worship at 10:45. Their ministries extend beyond Sunday. Visit their website at www.covenantchurch.church to see all they have to offer, and better yet, stop by and see for yourself. Covenant Church may be just what you're looking for a new church home.
If you ask around, you'll find Burke Mortuary has a reputation for excellence and commitment to value. They've built a reputation of trust for more than 35 years. Burke Mortuary is proud to offer personal attention, meaningful tributes, and the area's most affordable prices. They're also proud to offer you beautiful, state-of-the-art facilities. It's the perfect place to honor your loved one. So when choosing a funeral home, the choice is easy. Choose Burke Mortuary with locations in Maiden and Newton.
In the best of times, no one is more deserving of every opportunity, encouragement, and support than the youth in our communities. Parents, teachers, coaches, and sponsors struggle to stretch their budgets to continue help. Communities need a team effort. Times Oil Corporation, a longtime member of the community, established the Times Educational Alliance Mission, or Team Foundation. Since 2011, over $125,000 in grants have been donated in the community. Times Oil and the Team Foundation are proud to be community partners.
Welcome back to Sports Talk. David Keever along with Mike Powell and Brett Keever. Beautiful Saturday morning, sun shining, temperatures rising slowly. The high today is supposed to get up to, I looked at Boone there for a minute and scared me. The high 35, not here. Still though, 43, that's pretty chilly, especially if it's breezy out. Late tomorrow, we got the rain returning sometime
Sunday.
tomorrow. But late, which,
Yeah.
maybe around 4 or 5 o'clock. I tell you what, Lenny, know where he dug this one out. Dick Vitale, now you guys said, Brett, you guys were talking about records, and his record with the Pistons wasn't really good. He won maybe a third of his games with the Pistons, if that, in that 1 year. But with Detroit, the university did well. Didn't you say 70-some%?
Yeah.
Winning percentage?
79 and 29.
But it said, Lenny says that Dickie V was at college first. I know he produced a couple future pros while at Detroit. Couple household names, Mike. You want to guess them?
At the University of Detroit?
Yeah. Couple household names that Vitale sent on to the NBA. John Long and Terry Tyler.
John Long and Terry Tyler. Household name. Yes. I had them on the tip of my tongue.
That's why I just went ahead and told you, because if you got those.
I'm a scholar and a gentleman.
If you'd have got those, you would have had to drop the mic moment. Mike, is that an overused term?
Yeah.
Drop the mic.
Mike. Yeah. John Long and Terry Tyler.
Got me. Got me. John Long, he had to be tall, right?
You got to.
Yep. And at what point did I know Butch used to love this term? We quit calling college basketball players tall a few years back and started calling them long.
Yeah, long.
Yeah. I guess they measured them when they were laying down.
Yeah.
Or something. But how do we get into that?
Mm-hmm.
So what are you then if you're thin or heavy? They changed the term. He's wide body. We do use wide body.
Heard that before.
We do use wide body quite a bit. The Kansas City Chiefs seem to be peaking at the right time, playing really good football, even though they did lose last week at Cincinnati. I still think that was, they were on the road. Very good game.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed watching that game. But the Chiefs play at Denver today. Now, Brett, you may know the answer to this. What is the scenario for Kansas City to get the number 1 seed? I guess it's win and Tennessee lose, right? Would slip them back into that, or
I think so.
We'll have to check that part out.
They're both 11-5.
Both 11-5. But what's Cincinnati?
10-6.
Okay. So
they're the only two 11-5.
only two 11-5.
Yeah.
So if they do win today, and Tennessee, let's see, if the Colts play Jacksonville, that means Tennessee plays Houston, right? That.
Yep.
They would have to be playing Houston since it's all divisional games here to close out the regular season. So it's doubtful.
But Kansas
but
City
it is
needs
possible.
to win also because they could slide down
Even on down the ladder.
if they lose.
Yep.
Yeah, because there's several 10-6 teams.
Is there a scenario where they could finish behind the Charger-Raider winner?
I don't think so. No, they're 2 games ahead.
Okay. And that
They've got the division wrapped up.
Butch says long players live in pods. Yeah. They have to get those extra long pods in. Some of these pods I've seen they couldn't stand up in. They'd have to cut the top out. Let's see, Kansas City and Denver. That's today at 4:30 on ABC. Also on ABC following that game, Dallas at Philadelphia. Dallas obviously is a playoff team. They have clinched a playoff berth. Philadelphia, you got that pulled up, Brett? Are they have they clinched a spot, or do they still need? See, I don't have the standings in front of me. I'm looking at the schedule.
I'm pretty sure they've clinched a playoff
I
spot.
think so.
Clinched a playoff spot, but no. And obviously, I was a little surprised that this game is the one that's on tonight because,
Well, they can be caught record-wise by New Orleans, but I don't know if they own the tiebreaker.
well, they must not
Over New Orleans?
because I thought I heard New Orleans is still alive.
Well,
I guess maybe there's another scenario where they could
San
get
Francisco also New Orleans could also catch San Francisco. I'm not sure.
How
Who
about
has
how about the Saints at 8-8?
I think they can get in with a win.
Yeah, they need
And like Brett's saying, it's going to come down to, I mean,
New Orleans has to win and have some help.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if New Orleans wins and San Francisco loses. I don't know if New Orleans moves ahead of them. They would have the same record.
Oh, we'll do a little bit here.
And same with Philly. If Philly loses and New Orleans wins, then
Let's look at
they would have the same record.
Let's look at the schedule. Let's go through the schedule, the entire schedule for today and tomorrow. No Monday night game because it's the last week of the season.
Right.
And while we're going through this schedule, let's do a safe or not safe on the head coach situation.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Kansas City at Denver. First of all, we're going to see if we can name them all too.
Well, Andy Reid's safe
Andy Reid's
until
safe,
he's ready to,
safe as any
ready to
coach.
retire.
Safe as any coach in the league, I would say Andy Reid. And I don't think that Vic Fangio with Denver is in any
What are they,
situation.
7-9?
You give Denver a top 15 quarterback, and they would probably be in the same situation right now Kansas City's in.
Yeah,
You know.
he shall survive.
Mhm.
I think.
Good defensive coach. He's solid. You never hear anything negative about him. And, I saw a lot of chatter this week that, Drew Lock, he missed so many games. What do you expect? Well, then I saw somebody respond to that and say, well, how many more games do you think they would have won if Drew Lock played? every single week, that he's not the answer. You know, he's not the franchise guy. And also remember that.
Well, no, I would say Bridgewater is better than Drew Lock. I mean, I'd rather have Teddy Bridgewater.
But just can't stay healthy.
No, he
of course,
can't.
As it looks, neither one. At this point, neither one. And, you know, it's also been mentioned as a destination point for Aaron Rodgers if he decides to leave Green Bay, that he could wind up.
I just don't see
in
enough
Denver.
pieces around him. I mean, he wants to go somewhere so he can win, doesn't he? Kind of like Brady did.
I think
with Tampa
Denver
Bay.
has, as far as teams that don't have a quarterback, Denver has everything to win a Super Bowl, but the quarterback.
All right.
They got really good receivers, good run backs. Defense has kept them in every game just about that they've been in this year.
So you think they're just a quarterback shy of a breakthrough?
If that quarterback is named Aaron Rodgers, of course you could say that about 10 teams probably, you know. Dallas and Philadelphia, neither coach on the hot seat, right?
Yeah, but what if Dallas loses this game and in their first playoff game? Would that be enough?
Who's going to replace him? That's just my first question. Who has Jerry got his eye on somebody?
Jim Harbaugh?
You better know ahead of time
Yeah.
that he's coming there. You know what I mean? You better know. I mean, to me, you better have him.
Yeah,
already.
but why? Is Mike McCarthy anything special? I mean,
No, I mean not really. But you know, I mean, you just don't want. Sometimes you just don't want to. The continuity that's built there over the last couple. You wake Mike up. He's taking a nap.
Yeah, wake me up when it's over.
Sometimes you know you just want to leave things alone. I mean, but then again, does it come back to the head coach? I mean, they're one of the most talented rosters in the league, but they're inconsistent. You know, I mean, they are inconsistent. They can look like the best team in the NFL one week, and then you know, don't get me wrong, losing to the Cardinals isn't a bad loss, but you did lose at home on your home turf to the Cardinals, who had lost 3 in a row. And I don't know, the offense just didn't look in sync like it did the week before. You know,
Yeah, they're certainly capable of making a deep run, but I just don't have any confidence in them because of the history
right?
in the playoffs or not being in the playoffs.
Well, it's like this: you get to the playoffs, you only get one chance to play bad,
That's right.
and then it's over.
And
Only
they've
one
done
chance
it.
to play bad.
Yeah.
I honestly think both coaches will be back next year, though. If
Yeah.
I had to say,
oh yeah, I do
right
too.
now, I
Yeah.
think both would be back. Cincinnati and Cleveland tomorrow at 1:00. The Bengals definitely. Give me the Bengals coach's name. Anybody know that 15-year-old that's coaching on the sideline? What is
Who
what
is?
it was? But the Cleveland, I don't know what to think about Cleveland. Manziel's not playing this week. He's going to go ahead and have his surgery. They can't go anywhere. They have nothing to gain by him
That's
playing.
Baker Mayfield.
Baker, yeah. Or did you say Manziel?
Did I say Manziel?
You did.
Dang, boy. That's
So you were thinking about
He's not playing either.
he's not either.
Yep.
But
Johnny Football.
He would be a good
How'd that come
backup
about? How
for
did that come
Baker
about?
Mayfield.
Well, what am I thinking over here? What is in this coffee you got me today, Brett?
Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel. Thanks for correcting that.
I wish he was playing.
Yeah.
For
Where is
Cleveland
Johnny
tomorrow.
Manziel now?
Hanging out with Antonio Brown somewhere,
Yeah, somewhere and
having a big weekend.
yeah.
I don't know. How did that?
Cleveland. I
Here you go,
guess-
Mike. Overused. Is that my Freudian slip for the?
Yeah, it's your 40th slip of the year. I guess Cleveland's got to be the most
Baker
disappointing
Mayfield.
team in the NFL this year. One of.
You got a guy that's on commercials 20 times a day when you watch TV, and then I call
Yeah.
him Johnny Manziel. That's
Yeah.
pretty bad. That's pretty
Yeah.
bad.
He's been in and out of the lineup. He's been hurt. They've shut him down now, right? Because
Yes.
he's got to have a shoulder
Labrum.
surgery.
Yep.
And he's just been horrific the last couple of weeks. I mean, he had 4 interceptions last week. Now, is he in his last year or of his original contract? Or wonder where they are with
I think he is.
Mayfield.
I think he is.
One
One-
left?
one year
Okay.
left.
So he's going to be there one more year.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily?
Not necessarily because when you got 1 year left, if you're going to try to get anything out of him at all, you got to trade him now.
Trade him now,
So
yeah.
you wait till the free agency, and you going to
Well,
put the
he's-
franchise tag on or let him go.
Yeah, he's certainly been erratic. I mean, he had a pretty good year last year when they made the playoffs. They beat Pittsburgh in the first round.
I don't
year?
think he's all the problem because when he's healthy, he's pretty good. He just
He's
could
a
not
manager.
He
He
just,
c-
yeah,
he can
just could
manage
not
it.
make the throws.
Yeah.
But that roster is talented.
Oh, that roster is loaded.
And you know, now it's time for them to win. Now,
Yeah.
I think the coach is solid. I don't you know, Stefanski.
Yeah,
I did get
Kevin
that.
Stefanski.
But
Zach Taylor is the
Zach
Cincinnati
Taylor.
coach.
Yep.
Sounds
like an actor.
Yeah, given the roster, the talent of the roster of Cleveland, I don't understand it.
Speaking of Zach Taylor, Coach of the Year candidate, right?
Yeah, definitely a candidate.
Got to be in the talks.
Yeah.
It's not going to be Nagy. He's not
No,
going
it's
to
not going to be Nagy.
That's next on our list. The Chicago Bears at the Minnesota Vikings. Does the game mean anything at all?
Yeah, just another game in the old black and blue division.
Yep. Always worth watching. I always like watching the games from that division. But, you know, you got Chicago and Minnesota, two long history franchises with success, but neither.
I would guess both will
playing
have
for nothing today.
New coaches
tomorrow.
next year.
You think
Yes.
Nagy is gone?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think they both. I'm with Brett. I think Nagy's gone, and I think they've give Zimmer enough time.
Now this is
and
Nagy's
his time's kind of run out.
4th year.
Yeah.
Got to go offense over there. Got to go offensive coordinator. You got to go somebody.
Is Justin Fields
the
the franchise quarterback?
For now.
Okay.
I mean, I think we still don't know. I think you know, not enough proof, but he's shown signs of being just fine. Lenny says inside info on those Detroit players. He went to watch UNC Detroit play in the mid '70s and saw those guys. No wonder he knew about the two Vital players that went on to play professionally in the NBA out of the University of Detroit. Okay, Brett, tell me what you think here. Washington and New York.
I think Ron Rivera's safe.
The Commanders are in a much better. Is that what it's going to be? The Commanders / Admirals /
I've been seeing
Red
Admirals.
Wolves.
Red Wolves is out.
Is it?
Yeah.
The Washington football team is in
they're one of those
much
teams
better
that's
situation.
a quarterback away from being pretty good.
They're in a much better situation than the Giants. Giants are definitely a mess.
Well, making a judgment on Joe Judge, does he know what he's doing?
That's overused, Mike. You need to cut it.
I think he's
Monday
gotta
will
go.
be Judgment Day.
Judgment Day for Joe Judge is Monday.
We know Rivera's coming back unless something happens health-wise. God forbid, we don't want that or anything like that. But he's coming back. He enjoys coaching. I think he's a good fit for Washington.
Mm-hmm.
They are in 95% of their games. They're in them. They're just tough and physical, and they're only going to get better at that. And
Well, they need a
Brett said,
quarterback, too.
They need a quarterback. They need a quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah, I would like
the young
for
kid
Washington
that's back there is not the answer.
to go
What's his
after
name?
Deshaun
Taylor
Watson.
Heineke.
Heineke.
Yeah. Who was it said Heineken?
Heineken.
Which sportscaster was it that Bradshaw? Terry Bradshaw, yeah. In the pregame, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Typical Terry
Well, I was
Bradshaw.
afraid I'd call him Manziel.
Typical Terry Bradshaw gaff. That's funny. Yeah. But
He was. You know what he was thinking about?
But do you think Judge is gone? No. They're a mess. I mean, they're worse mess this year. Than
Everything
they were.
I've
How many
heard
years has he
was,
been there?
was
Three?
they were
Three?
bringing Judge and Daniel Jones back next year. Which
Gettleman's
I
gotta
don't
go.
see why. I mean,
Somebody has to go after this season.
I would guess it would just be a repeat of this year if you bring both of those guys
Yeah,
back.
rewind.
I've heard there's also somebody that works in the front office.
Well, this is Joe Judge's second season.
Oh,
that's
just a
all?
second?
Yeah.
Somebody in the front office though is like the son-in-law of one of the mayors, and that he's going to be safe, and probably shouldn't be. So, you know, I at some point though, I mean, what ought to be one of the best franchises in the league has got
Well,
to
he's
make
had
moves.
made him progress.
They've got to make moves. I say Judge is gone.
Me too.
I just feel like he's gone. I know it's 2
Shoulda-
years.
Probably shouldn't have drafted Saquon Barkley.
And I'm
running
not.
back.
I don't think Daniel Jones
No,
is the answer.
no. He
I do not think Daniel Jones.
too
is.
turnover prone, decision making. Yeah, he's a journeyman quarterback. I mean, he can be on a team as a backup, probably.
So we're saying Washington's back. Mike and I think Judge is gone, and Brett says Joe Judge
I think he's still there.
thinks he's
Here
coming
comes
back.
the Judge.
Brett's
back.
hoping he comes back. Because
Yeah.
he's a Redskin.
Yeah, he's a Redskin.
I wish he'd go to Dallas.
He wants Judge to be back.
Yeah. Here you go, Indianapolis and Jacksonville. Now, I saw a stat the other day. Somebody have to check this and see exactly how many years. The Colts play Jacksonville every year because they're in the same division. They haven't won in Jacksonville in like 8 years.
Mm.
And now playoffs are on the line.
I really like the Colts and Frank Reich.
Have you watched any of Hard Knocks?
No.
For the first time ever, I've watched a few episodes of Hard Knocks, and this is the first
The
time they
in
did
season
it during the season.
Hard Knocks, yeah.
It's pretty good on HBO. It is pretty good.
I've watched some
And he
seasons
is
and I've
a
missed
great
some.
coach,
I really
great
like
person.
him.
Yeah, great person.
I like
great
Carson
individual.
Wentz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like Carson Wentz a lot as a person. I still wonder if he is that elite franchise quarterback.
I don't know if he's elite, but I think their roster
He has
is really
those-
good.
Their
across
roster's
the
real
board.
good, but he has some of those brain farts every now and then where he just throws a pass that's like,
Yeah.
why did you throw that? Why did you throw that one? And it costs him the game sometimes. You know what I mean? It'll cost him the game. But I do think he says the right things. He's a really good leader in the locker
Yeah.
room, and I think he's a great teammate, and that goes a long way.
Yeah, they've become one of my favorite teams to watch.
Yep. Yep.
And
And
run the football.
I was going to say having JT back there, Jonathan Taylor, doesn't hurt any either.
Probably the best running back in football this year, anyway.
Yeah, well, he's in the talk for
Once-
MVP, but
Yeah, once Derrick Henry went down, I'd say he is the best.
that's what I mean.
He's the best.
I don't know why anybody's trying to take Aaron Rodgers' trophy, but he's in the talk for
Yeah.
MVP.
And on the other hand, you got Jacksonville.
Well, they're definitely going to have a new coach.
They are.
Yes,
They
sir.
are. And that coach will be. Dan Quinn told him no, he wasn't going to interview.
Who really cares? Other than Trevor Lawrence, does anybody really care?
Trevor does.
Have you seen Trevor's stats in the last few games? Just terrific. Can he be reclaimed? I mean,
I think so, but it's going to be, it's just a building. It's just a baby step process, it looks like. I mean,
he needs a good coach.
He does. Laney, you ready to lose Dabo? Let him go to Jacksonville and coach. Hey, we've seen that, haven't we? Coaches have a hard time going from college to pros, but we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Colts definitely solid with their coaching staff. Jacksonville definitely going to make a move. Pittsburgh, no doubt. Pittsburgh at Baltimore. Neither one of these coaches is going anywhere.
No, I would say both of them. Well, Tomlin, I was going to say both will leave on their own terms, but that might not be true. I mean, I don't.
If Tomlin leaves this year, it'd be on his own terms. He's not going anywhere.
But yeah, you never know a few years from now if they start having losing seasons.
And how many years has John Harbaugh been in Baltimore?
Ooh.
And I've never seen a team go through as many injuries as they had this year. I mean, they were just,
Been there since 2008.
2008, ever since what's his name was let go that won the Super Bowl, their first Super Bowl,
Billick.
Brian Billick.
How many games has former MVP Lamar Jackson missed?
As many as he's played, if not more.
I think it's 6.
Yeah.
Or more.
I'd say it's real close. And, are they completely out right now? Are they eliminated?
No, I think there is a slim to none
They're
chance.
8-8.
Yeah.
I didn't think they had a chance.
Maybe not.
Let me see.
Well, while he's looking for that, did you, Mike Powell, see the?
No, they don't have it. I don't think they have a chance.
The final game at Heinz Field for Big
did.
Ben, that was awesome.
It was.
Great celebration, and
Sure,
they
he only
honored him
flew
well.
for 120-some
Doesn't
yards,
matter.
but doesn't matter. He
Just,
won.
he did win.
And I loved his emotion. I loved the way he was involved with the crowd.
The way
and
he was
moment.
treated by the fans was great.
Yeah, he deserved it.
Kind of did a little Cal Ripken thing, going around the stadium,
Yeah.
giving high fives and stuff. It was
a great
it
quarterback.
was good.
2 Super Bowl wins. Big Ben, a legend.
Yep. First ballot.
Oh, I would think. So.
Yeah, I don't see how it can't be.
Yeah.
With listen to the most. I don't know if you guys heard this or not. The most amazing stat of the week that I heard was in Roethlisberger's time at Pittsburgh. How many games did he play in when his team was mathematically eliminated from the playoffs? Now you think about 18 years, How many games did he play in when his team was mathematically eliminated from the playoffs?
I don't know.
There
10?
haven't been too many because they haven't had a losing season in forever.
2.
Okay.
2 times.
Mm.
2 games. Not 2 years, just 2 games.
Yeah.
You know? 2 games that they played in and they're mathematically alive this week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're still
somehow.
alive.
They are.
Got to go into Baltimore and win, and then hope some other things fall into place as well. The only time it was really a joke, and it could happen at some point, is if there's a tie. You know, if you have to have a tie to get in. Now, I did hear this scenario. Should the Raiders and the Chargers tie on Sunday night, I think they both get in.
They do?
Yeah. Right now, it's winner get in and loser probably not, because they have to have a lot of help. But if they both were to tie, of course, if one of them ties, I'm going to bet the other one does.
Yeah.
But if they tied, then they would. I'm pretty sure that the guys that do all this math stuff on these things say, this is the first year I ever remember seeing an NFC team clinch because of the outcome of an AFC game. Did you guys see that a couple weeks ago? When Dallas got in, it was because of the outcome of the Raiders and somebody, and it was because
Yeah, it was Raiders and
Dallas played
Broncos,
that
I think.
division. Dallas played that division this year, which gave them, when the Raiders got beat in that game, or whichever won the game, it gave them a stronger strength of schedule than whoever they would have been tied with, and would have. That was the last tiebreaker, which is so strange to see a game in another conference decide it. So we think Pittsburgh, Baltimore, both are safe there. Both coaches are safe. Tennessee, we know Vrabel is he's got to be another candidate for Coach of the Year.
One of the best.
And Houston, help me. I can see him.
David Culley.
David Culley returning. Any chance he returns?
Yeah.
Was he the head coach at the beginning of the season? Because I can't remember.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Well, how long has
they've just been a mess the last few
O'Brien
years.
been gone?
2 years now.
So there's been somebody in between him and Culley.
If you say so.
No, that's what I'm wondering.
How long has he?
They've just been a
the-
mess. They don't even get enough attention to know what's going on there. Although, if you want to know my honest opinion, the second half of the year they played pretty well. I mean,
So Bill O'Brien was fired mid-season.
last year.
Romeo Crennel took over as the interim, and then David Culley was hired.
He's not going anywhere then.
No,
Not in
this
1
is
year.
His only year.
Not going anywhere, and after just one season, I would not think. And I do think they have improved. I think, like I said, I think they have played better the second half of the season. Who's taking the snaps in Houston?
What was his name? Miles Davis or something like that?
He no, wait a minute. He's a Hall of Fame jazz player.
He toots his own horn.
Toots his own horn. Wait a minute. Miles Davis.
Davis Mills.
Davis Mills, not
Yeah.
Miles Davis. Hey, you were close. You were on the right track there. I like it. Miles Davis. That'd be great.
Never heard of him.
Tooting his own horn again.
From Stanford.
Oh man, yeah. The Deshaun Watson saga has to be resolved at some point for Deshaun Watson, for the Texans, and for any other team involved.
the
It's
Washington
got to be, for the
football
Washington whatevers. It's got to be resolved at some point.
He would fit right
Just
in that
He would.
organization.
He would. And you know what? He probably couldn't ask for a better coach to go play for.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to look out for his best interest always.
Well, what's his legal status right now?
Well, that's the whole thing.
That's what's
keeping
up in
him
the air.
from
Yeah.
playing.
I mean, you had
That-
all those.
All charges weren't dropped. There was four of the females.
Isn't he just
involved?
in civil lawsuits right now and not
Okay.
criminal?
It's not criminal. Well, in that case,
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Would you take a chance on him right now? Would you, if somebody,
Yes.
okay,
Yeah.
I
would
can
trade.
tell you, you got nothing to lose.
I would trade a whole year's worth
given
of
the
draft
guys you
picks
have,
for him.
You got nothing to lose.
I mean,
his
Washington
name,
hadn't had a good
Parker?
quarterback
Heineken.
in so long.
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah,
Heineken.
I'm ready. I'm ready for him now.
Yeah.
I would take Russell Wilson. I would trade a lot for him right now.
Which could also happen down the road.
I would trade a lot for Aaron
Rodgers.
Rodgers, even though his age. But Deshaun Watson would be my top choice.
How much older is Aaron Rodgers than Russell Wilson? 3 to 5
3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Because
I'd
everybody
say
talks
both
about
are
Russell
still in
going
their
somewhere
prime.
else, maybe that. Yeah, when you look at Brady, you think, well, this guy could play 10 more years for us.
Yeah.
You know, a Wilson or a Rodgers might play 10 more years. I look at Wilson as in, even though he went through the finger stuff this year, I think his health will be. He just seems like he'd be okay longer. For some reason.
Rodgers just turned 38.
Yeah. And Russell Wilson is 36.
Let's see,
35.
33.
Oh, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 33 should be your prime actually. You know, these quarterbacks today, 33
Yeah.
seems like it when they are in their prime.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yep. So Tennessee, Houston, New Orleans at Atlanta. Neither coach going anywhere. Arthur Smith's in his first year in Atlanta. They have been honestly, they've been more competitive than I thought they would be.
Yeah.
7 and
all
9
season long. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they could finish just
Is
one game
Matty Ice still the guy? I mean, you
till he's
looking-
ready to go.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, because
they owe him that.
there's no
Nobody there.
other option.
And they owe him that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's been a solid quarterback, and just the face
His
of
best
the franchise.
receiver pretty much just quit.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. He for mental
I
health
don't really know
reasons.
what to call it. Yeah,
And what was his name?
Ridley.
Calvin Ridley. Yep.
He's
And
at Alabama.
So did his former best receiver. He all but quit too. Julio, who
Yeah.
hadn't played a lot of games this year
No,
for the
he's
Titans.
he just can't stay healthy.
Atlanta made the right call on that one.
Yeah.
They let him go at the right time
Mhm.
because.
Now, I do really like their tight end,
Oh, yeah.
Pitts.
Yeah,
He's
who wouldn't?
really good.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
And he's not just a tight end. He's a receiver that lines
He's a
up at tight
hybrid.
end.
That's right.
Yeah.
So New Orleans at Atlanta. New Orleans definitely safe with
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton. He's
Yeah.
not going.
Yeah, he'll
anywhere.
be there
I still
till he's ready to leave.
and I still consider him one of the best coaches.
Yeah.
One of the top 5 coaches
Mhm.
in the league. New York Jets at Buffalo.
I think he's done pretty well.
I thought not only has he done well, they're competitive in just about all their games,
Yeah.
and I think they found themselves
They got a rookie
quarterback
quarterback.
who's pretty good.
Yeah.
Who's pretty good. So the Jets are safe, although they're not going to win tomorrow in Buffalo, I don't think. But Buffalo is definitely safe. Another candidate for Coach of the Year. This is 3 straight years for Buffalo, winning double-digit
Mm-hmm.
games. They've had their ups and downs a little bit this year, but for the most part, they've been pretty stout. They've been pretty stout at home and on the road. Who did they beat a couple weeks ago on the road? It was New England. Went into New England.
Oh, yeah.
and went into New England and
Beat him
them.
pretty
So
easily.
That's a statement win. San Francisco and the Los Angeles Rams play tomorrow at 4:25. Both still got a lot to play for, right?
Oh, yeah.
Both
Yeah.
teams.
And both of those coaches are there for
Definitely there.
long term.
Kingsbury.
I'm
and-
starting to wonder just a little bit, and it's not Kingsbury. He's in Arizona.
Shanahan.
Oh, Shanahan.
and
I'm sorry.
McVay.
I'm
Yeah.
starting to worry a
Excuse
little
me.
bit about Shanahan and what's going on there because I expected when Lynch and Shanahan took over for this team to be just a little more dominant than they've been.
Well, they had that one big year in
Mhm.
which they went to the Super Bowl.
And it hadn't been
Well,
really
they
the same
have-
since. They've had
They
quarterback
have the
issues.
worst quarterback in their division.
Yeah, and he's not bad.
He's not bad, but he's the worst in that division.
It's
Yeah.
a very strong division for the most
But
part.
they're a team that would scare me if I was, Dallas or
Anybody.
any of those
Anybody. Because
teams.
They run the
Beca-
football.
They run. They play good defense. And
defense.
and they're a pretty good road team. I mean, the road doesn't really affect what
and they don't.
do.
I mean, I know Garoppolo's not great, but their weapons are really
Debo
good.
Samuel is the one of the most underrated players
Kittle.
in the league. I mean, you don't hear Debo Samuel's name a lot, but he is. I bet he's top 5 or 6 in yardage.
Yeah.
You know, as a position player, he just.
But I think they could
Very
go on the
strong.
road and beat any of those division champions in the NFC.
Yeah, and you know how it is. You get into January, it's colder. The weather becomes a factor. Teams that run the ball and play defense seem to have an advantage.
All right, let me think. I'm glad you brought that up. They could play in Green Bay at some point. San Francisco could play in Green Bay at some point.
Yeah, that would take. They would have to upset somebody else.
Yeah, but I'm
first.
just looking at how many cold weather games are possible for them, and
No, well, that would be it, right?
That may be
you got
it.
Dallas will be at home. Tampa,
Tampa's warm.
the Rams,
Dallas is warm.
either the Rams
will
or
be warm.
Cardinals.
It's funny how that worked out this year, right? There's only one place that
The other cold weather
in the
is
NFC.
Philly, and they're not going to have
they're not going to have
home games.
Yeah, I don't know who would play at home if San Francisco and Philly played, but that's unlikely
Yeah,
to happen anyway.
I don't see Philly winning a playoff
No,
game.
probably not. Probably not. But they do have a really good run game, especially if they get the what's his name back, Sanders.
Yeah, Miles Sanders.
Broke his hand a couple weeks ago.
Have we now established that Jalen Hurts is a legitimate NFL starting quarterback?
I don't know. I watched him last week against Washington, and I didn't see it.
Yeah.
He's a good runner,
Yeah.
and he can make some of the throws, but
He attracts fans. Did you see him fall on him?
yeah,
See him
Yeah,
fall out of
just
out of the bleachers on.
that just sums up the Washington organization.
Crumbled.
Yeah.
It just crumbled.
Free
there.
falling.
They need a new stadium.
Well,
No.
yeah, and it
The
needs to be in
theme song
Washington.
is-
Yeah, they need to go back to D.C.
New England, Miami. It's hard to believe that a team had a 7-game win streak, along with a 7-game losing streak. But to have a 7-game win streak and not be going to make the playoffs, you know, I mean, that's all their wins. All their wins came in a 7-game win streak, and then they lost last week to, was that Buffalo? Who was it last week? Beat them. It wasn't Buffalo. But they did lose last week, and they're eliminated. New England's going to be in the playoffs. I don't know if New England has something to play for here or not. But
Yeah,
do they?
yeah, because they're tied with Buffalo for first place.
So Buffalo would happen to get upset. Yeah. And I mean a big upset playing at home against the Jets, but you can't. They're both playing at the same time, so you have to go out there and try to win. That's the way it works, and that's why they do this. That's why they schedule it this way.
Jalen Hurts, going back to him for a second, he has 16 touchdowns this year, 9 interceptions. I mean, is 16 touchdowns
That's
what
nothing.
you want from a franchise quarterback
No.
in 16 games?
You got to have at least 25.
Yeah.
You got to have at least 25.
Not
you know, just stay
16-9.
in time.
That's not a good ratio of touchdowns.
Did he miss some
to
time?
Interceptions.
Did he miss any
I
games?
don't think so.
Not that
I
I
can't
remember.
I can't remember if he missed any time or not. I think he has the ability to be the guy, but he's going to have to improve. You know, he's just really going to have to improve. Is Belichick safe?
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
And the Miami coach, whose name slips
Oh,
me right now.
Flores?
Ron Flores.
Yeah, I like
Definitely
him.
safe
He's
as
safe.
well.
He's
Yeah.
safe.
A
Yeah,
7-game win
Well,
streak.
and he's
cemented
from
his job.
the Belichick tree as well. So
Yeah.
Yep, he's going to be in Miami for, I would think, quite a while. And they just need a couple more playmakers. I mean, that's what they need. Their defense is going to be there. Yeah, I'm not sure they're 100% sold on Tua. You know, like
They don't have
Hurts.
any well-known names on offense.
They
Or
don't.
on defense, for that matter, but especially
No, but
on
it's
offense.
kind of he's a defensive-minded guy, and they play with an attitude. You know,
Yeah.
Miami's defense does play with an attitude, and I think that goes a long way. Seattle, is Pete Carroll going to return? Seattle at Arizona tomorrow. Now, we know that Kingsbury's coming back for Arizona, unless he just don't want to.
I don't know. That's a good question because isn't Pete also the GM?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think he's the GM. Huh?
What I
Is he?
thought.
Okay. I was thinking like I'd seen
It may be time
seen
for
their
a retool.
GM.
Retool.
it's
there,
got John Schneider.
John
listed
Snyder.
as-
That's
Okay.
their GM. John
Okay.
Snyder. Yep. I didn't think Pete was. Pete might be called assistant GM or something like that, but he's not the guy. John Snyder. Dukes of Hazzard, is that his name?
Yeah. What's that got to do with football? He was a star of the Dukes of Hazzard.
That's what he does on the side.
Yeah, I wonder about
Pete might just
Pete
retire.
Carroll.
Good.
And I'll tell you this
70.
right now: if Russell Wilson decides he's going to play elsewhere, that'd be a good time to retire.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because then they're in a rebuilding mode for sure.
Yeah.
I think they could be fine if Wilson plays and is healthy a whole year, and you bring everybody back and add a few pieces here and there. Their defense really played well the second half of the season. They were so inconsistent on offense because they had a lot of injuries like other teams. But they've played better since they got is it Rashard Penny? I know it's Penny.
Yeah.
But they played better since they got him back healthy. Didn't they score 50 last week?
I think so.
Yeah, they scored 50 points last week. New England and Pittsburgh. New England. Pittsburgh hadn't scored 50 all year. New England and Seattle, I think, both hit the 50 mark last week. Carolina and Tampa. Carolina's a big question mark now with the head coach. Second year, Matt Rule. I don't think Bruce Arians going anywhere. He's the captain of that pirate ship.
You really think Rule could be swept out?
Absolutely.
Second year.
Absolutely. Read a little story the other day, and the Panthers, since Matt Rule since Tepper has been the owner, they were 22-44.
Yeah.
Something's got to change,
Not
right?
good.
And the owner's not going anywhere.
Nope.
So guess what? That leaves head coach and GM.
The GM. Who is the GM? Because I don't think.
Does Marty still do it, Lanny?
No. It's not.
he's
It's
young.
no longer Marty Herney.
He stepped down last year, didn't he? He either stepped down or got stepped down, or
I feel like they're
compromise.
going to make one kind of change. It's going to be either the GM or the coach or both, I think, is an option.
Very well could be both.
I mean, they're going to probably finish,
Very well
5
could
and
be both.
12, which is the worst record they've had in quite a while.
Should you get the opinion from your players of what they think about the head coach in private? Or should you just do gut feeling?
Well, who do you really go to on that
Well,
team?
you ask about five
who's,
veterans.
Who's the leader of that team? That's.
We don't know.
I mean, McCaffrey only plays
McCaffrey's going to Denver.
half the season.
Rumors are he may wind up in Denver. I don't know why Denver wants to pay that kind of money for some. I know his dad played there. And
There's got to come a
big
point
draw,
where teams stop giving running backs big contracts.
Yep. Well, we're seeing.
I
that a
think
little
Derrick
bit.
Henry deserves whatever he's being paid, but there's not many others.
I'm beginning to even wonder about Dalvin Cook because of the injury
Does
situation.
Zeke deserve what he's being
No.
paid in Dallas? I don't think so.
He's not the best running back on his team.
No.
He might not be.
He's not now. At one time he was when he was younger, but Pollard I think is.
Yeah.
If I got to pick one of the two to be my guy going forward, I'll take Pollard.
Yeah.
I'll take Pollard right now. So Carolina, we're not sure about. Tampa, definitely safe. And then the one Los Angeles team, the other Los Angeles team, the Chargers, who are definitely safe because they've made major strides this year. And a lot of coaches would look good with Justin Herbert back there at quarterback. But the team to me that has overcome the most all season and still in position to win is the Raiders.
Yeah.
I mean, you think of what they've gone through with the Henry Ruggs situation and the John Gruden situation, and then they put in an interim coach who I think also should be a candidate for Coach of the Year as an interim coach because of the adversity they've come through, and here they are, a win tonight, and they win 10 games.
Yeah.
I mean, or tomorrow night, not tonight, but that to me, that's been one of the amazing stories. And then you talk about all these other guys. You've talked about Philadelphia and some of the other places. Is Derek Carr the guy? I think 100% yes.
Yeah, I just say yes.
I mean, I think there's definitely times, but then again, there's, where are you going to find 15 better? Are you going to find 15 better? Well, you're definitely not going to find 32 better than Derek Carr, or 31 better, whatever. But I just think he's the guy. With the right coaching and
there's no
more years. He's young.
No
he's
replacement.
still young.
I mean, if they could package a trade with him and get Deshaun Watson, then maybe. But No, there's no, who are they going to turn to?
I don't even.
I like Derek Carr.
I don't even think they're in the market for Watson. I just think,
Probably not.
I just think. Of course, then again, if the interim coach does not last, and they do bring in somebody different, then it changes everything, and you don't know what might happen, right? But and if that's Jim Harbaugh, that would be interesting. But I can't even think of the interim coach's name right now off the top of my head. But to me, he's done. I mean, he's done a fantastic
I don't know
job.
Rich Bisaccia?
Yeah,
I don't even know how you say it.
I think that's it, Bisaccia. But they have they've done more than an adequate job there, and he But I do know this. Poor old Mark Davis. He likes those big name coaches. He likes those high profile guys because he went after Harbaugh and paid him $10 million a year for 10 years and still paying him some. But I could see him being the kind of guy to go after Harbaugh and just to go after the coach that's also the celebrity on the sidelines. Let's take a time out. We'll come back with more sports talk here after this.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver or visit MooneyInsurance.com. Times convenience stores are more than convenient. They're your neighborhood store, your store. With locations in Lincoln, Catawba, Gaston, Iredell, and Mecklenburg counties, there's one near you. Times convenience stores have the right items at the right price, from snacks, cold drinks, and light meals from the grill, and there's always a special to save you time and money. Times has what you need. Times convenience stores, there's one near you. Regardless of where you're going, there's one on your way. Remember, there's always time to stop by Times. Have you thought about when you would like to retire? One of your major assets is planning for retirement is time, and you lose a little of it each day. The longer you wait to start accumulating capital for retirement, the harder it's going to be. How should you plan for retirement? Start by calculating approximately how much capital you will need at retirement, then estimate how much you will have to put away each year. Finally, carefully choose the investments in which you will invest. Stifel Nicholas can assist you. Call Fort Rembert today at 828-624-7300. Stifel Nicholas, member SIPC, and the New York Stock Exchange. First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Whether it's a sit-down meal or a call-in for the drive-thru, Brookwood Cafe and Catering is the answer. A variety of meats, vegetables, and desserts cooked daily, or a hot sandwich from the grill, they have what you're looking for to satisfy your taste buds. If you need catering from 5 to 500, Brookwood has you covered as well. Stop by Brookwood Cafe and Catering at 202 Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Don't forget breakfast daily till 11 a.m. Open Tuesday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., Wednesday through Saturday 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call 828-428-8944 to place your order today.
Covenant Church began as a vision of just over 100 people in 1984. Since then, Covenant Church has grown and currently located at 2168 Gastonia Highway in Lincoln. The Sunday schedule includes early morning worship at 8:30, Sunday school at 9:45, and morning worship at 10:45. Their ministries extend beyond Sunday. Visit their website at www.covenantchurch.church to see all they have to offer, and better yet, stop by and see for yourself. Covenant Church may be just what you're looking for a new church home.
If you ask around, you'll find Burke Mortuary has a reputation for excellence and commitment to value. They've built a reputation of trust for more than 35 years. Burke Mortuary is proud to offer personal attention, meaningful tributes, and the area's most affordable prices. They're also proud to offer you beautiful, state-of-the-art facilities. It's the perfect place to honor your loved one. So when choosing a funeral home, the choice is easy. Choose Burke Mortuary with locations in Maiden and Newton.
In the best of times, no one is more deserving of every opportunity, encouragement, and support than the youth in our communities. Parents, teachers, coaches, and sponsors struggle to stretch their budgets to continue help. Communities need a team effort. Times Oil Corporation, a longtime member of the community, established the Times Educational Alliance Mission, or Team Foundation. Since 2011, over $125,000 in grants have been donated in the community. Times Oil and the Team Foundation are proud to be community partners.
And welcome back to Sports Talk. David Mike Brett with you here on a Saturday morning. Beautiful outside.
Yes.
Nice and warm, cozy indoors last night. A lot of high school basketball action last night. I will say this. High school basketball coaches don't get their stuff on max preps quite as quick as football.
I have noted that too.
But now I will say this. Sometimes basketball you have 2-3 games a week.
You do.
Football's always one, with the exception of the COVID era, where we're playing, make-up games and stuff. But, we do have some scores to report. I do want to say this. There was a really good one last night over at East Rutherford. Two really good teams went at it. Hendersonville beat East Rutherford 84-75 in that contest. Stuart Kramer. There's a story here with Stuart Kramer. 11-0. On the season. Beat Ashbrook last night 84-58.
Well, we've seen them play.
Mike, I've asked you this week, you said you'd like to go see East Lincoln. East Lincoln was a winner last night.
Yeah,
I don't have it in front of me, but they won last night by about 30. Brett might have the score.
I think it was 65-35.
65-35.
I have said that. Yes.
Over
St. Stephen's.
And St. Stephen's is not a bad team either.
No, they were like
by the
13-4 or
Yep.
11-4,
Yep.
something like that.
What was that final again, Doug?
65-35.
Okay.
East Lincoln.
That's a
Yep.
convincing victory.
Yeah, well, East Lincoln's going to win with their defense because they're going to play defense. They will play North Iredale this coming Friday night. I don't think that conference plays on Tuesday this week, Mike, if I've looked correctly, which means one of the counties must be having exams or something. But anyway, they will play North Iredale on Friday. North Iredale, a winner last night over Statesville. You seen that one? 82-29. 82-29. North Iredale is definitely a contender. That game will be for first place. Hickory's also in the mix in that conference as well. Hickory last night, I saw their score earlier. They were a winner. That's what I'm saying. It's just, here it is. They beat West Iredale 86-35. So another 50-point game there. East Lincoln has already defeated Hickory this season. I think East is the only undefeated team in their conference as far as conference play goes. But there's going to be some good matchups down the road, and that North Iredale game coming up this week at East Lincoln could be one of those.
Wow, here's a score coming out of that conference: Ford 60, North Lincoln 41. Surprised
a little bit. 60-41 Ford, and I don't know. This is a guess, but I think we're looking at all boys scores on this particular page.
Oh, no wonder. I'm on the girls page.
Are you?
Sorry. That's right.
So Ford beat North. Yeah. Well, Ford's girls are pretty
that
good.
Must be pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. Their boys have struggled. I will say that. Their boys have struggled. I'm just going to give some that are in Western North Carolina. AC Reynolds beat Asheville Irwin 67-26, which, excuse me, that one surprises me. I mean, that's just a big margin of victory, and seems like we've seen more of those this year for whatever reason. I got no report here on the West Lincoln Newton Conover game last night. Played looks like at Newton. Lincoln Charter beat Langtree Charter 97-51. So Lincoln Charter continues to roll. Got a really good team down at Lincoln Charter. Gaston Day beat Hickory Grove Christian 69-44. East Wilkes beat Allegheny 47-44. Mountain Heritage falls to Mitchell. Big rivalry game there. Mitchell County wins 50-48. Those guys have played a lot of good football games in the past. Julius Chambers beat North Mac 84-74. That's a big game in Charlotte last night. Concord over Northwest Cabarrus 65-47. West Caldwell, this actually was a game for first place in the CVAC last night, and West Caldwell defeated Lincoln 60-57. I don't know any details on the game, just saw it on Max Preps that West Caldwell was a 3-point winner.
Do you know why varsity girls didn't play? Was that
West
COVID?
Caldwell has no
They just
varsity.
don't have varsity girls. Okay.
Isn't that something? A school that has a state championship in girls basketball, does not have a girls varsity program right now.
Wow.
So that's sad. I hate that for them.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll get that back.
What does that score really say about how Lincoln's boys have shown steady improvement? They put together that little win streak. They continued in the People's Bank Holiday Clash, and
well, they did play a very tough non-conference schedule, which was basically against all 3A teams, was it not?
Yep. And they took an undefeated team, a
Kramer,
3A
South
team,
Point, East
Kramer,
Lincoln,
to the
yeah.
limit. Played them
Twice.
a very competitive game twice. Didn't win them, but you know.
Here's one that'll
They're
draw.
playing with house money, though.
At the end of the day, don't you just
At
wanna
the end of the day,
just be competitive?
just be competitive. Going forward, I think that's all you got to do is be competitive.
How many can we get in before the end of the day?
It's on to Cincinnati.
Here, on to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
That would be a great one to use all the time. I don't think you want to go to Cincinnati right now.
And it could
It's
be
not a good place to go.
New England at Cincinnati in the first round.
How about that? That would be awesome to watch. No Kings Mountain South Point score reported here. This was one for Brett. Thomasville 72, Reedsville 56 last night. Reedsville was usually pretty stout, so that tells me that Thomasville pretty solid, a 16-point win there at Reedsville.
My question, David, what in the world has happened to Statesville?
I don't know. East Lincoln beat them this week 90-60. They beat them by 30.
Well, I'm just saying,
on Wednesday
Statesville
night.
usually,
Yeah.
I mean, they
Yeah, I
have
know.
athletes.
And they had a good football team.
They
really
did.
good football
Really
squad.
good football
So,
team.
Hertford County 74, First Flight 71. East Davidson falls to South Davidson 73-57. North Buncombe 88, Owen 42. Myers Park over Berry Academy 71-44. Crest defeated North Gaston 82-50. I think Kramer and Crest play this week, along with Kramer and Kings Mountain. So that'll be a test for Kramer to see if they can remain undefeated on the season. Kramer's got a really good college-bound player. Don't know where he's going or anything, or if he's committed, in Will Kelly.
I don't think he has.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
He's the 6'5" wing and shoots it pretty good. Yeah,
I think he's 6'3".
6'3". Okay, whatever. Yeah.
I don't know what's on that paper, but I think he's about 6'3".
Yeah, more likely.
East Surrey over South Stokes, 65-62 last night. Piedmont Charter over Cabarrus Charter, 56-43. Northern Guilford 58, Greensboro Page 55. I know Maiden defeated Bandy's. I don't have the score right in front of me, but Maiden, I think boys and girls both, defeated Bandy's last night. And in the girls, that would be an upset for
Bunker
them.
Hill, Eastburg, no score.
No. Mallard Creek defeated Huff 68-54. And let's see if we got anything else here. Murphy over Andrews 50-40. Forest View over Hunter Huss Very surprised, Mike, with these two teams. Neither one
I know.
seemed to be very good this year.
Well, Haas, you would think, traditionally.
Always, yeah,
Always.
But Forest, you beat them last night, 66-57, 66-57. Richmond County, all I'm going to say here is Union Pines must really have a good team because Richmond County only beat Union Pines by 6 last night. And Richmond County is really good. 71-65 last night in that contest.
Didn't Lincoln Charter run into Richmond County in the holiday tournament?
Lost by 30.
Yeah.
So that's how I know that they're real good if they can beat Lincoln Charter like that.
Right.
North Lincoln's boys defeated Fred T. Ford, Mike Powell.
Let's put that on the record. I was reading the wrong.
By 35 last night, 77-42. West Wilkes, North Surrey beats West Wilkes 75-74. That's the first 1-point game I've seen there on the Friday night scoreboard. East Lincoln 65, St. Stephen's 35, as Brett told us earlier. Oak Grove over Ashboro Ashboro wins. Let me get that straight. Ashboro 54, Oak Grove 46. Golly, got a cramp in the leg here this morning. Wow. Go with the scores.
Oh, yeah. Let's continue with the scores. What we got here? Of course, he said East Lincoln 65, St. Stephen's 35, Ashboro 54, Oak Grove 46. Keep on going down. East Mac over Independence 56-50. Western part of the state, Hayesville 51-44 over Robbinsville. Trying to find something of relevance to us. Well, here's a little closer. Bavard 49, Chase 46, and
that's conference game.
Yeah, and David, you mentioned that Maiden Bandy score. It was 61 for Maiden, 33 for the Trojans.
Going on through there, no report on Cox Mill and Lake Norman. Midway and St. Paul 61-55 in that one. Shelby defeated Highland Tech 88-55. I had a guy tell me the other day, possibly the worst Shelby basketball team he had ever seen. So, what is there?
And they'll still win the conference.
Will they?
Well, look at the conference.
Well, you have to tell me who's in it.
Cherville, Bessemer City, Highland Tech, Thomas Jefferson.
They beat Bessemer City by 4 or 5 earlier this week. And I think Bessemer City might be the second best team.
I think they might.
Really?
Now,
and I think Thomas Jefferson's pretty good too.
Well, Cherville and Bessemer played
thought.
last night. Oh, here it is.
Yeah, Bessemer City won. You got the score?
75-56. I heard Bessemer was pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
South Iredale 58, A.L. Brown 56 last night. Moorhead 67, McMichael, I should say, 55. I don't know what that TBCA is. Not going to give that one. There's your Bessemer and Cherville score that Mike was talking about. Mooresville beat West Cabarrus 66-57. Cape Fear, Mike Powell will be happy,
Hey.
79. Douglasburg 21.
Go, Katie.
Dominating performance last night in that one. Lake Norman Charter defeated South Rowan 79-36. It was Uwharrie Charter 57, Eastern Randolph 43. Salisbury defeated Lexington 70-45. I saw the linebacker out of Salisbury, Walker, graduated early and is now at Georgia. Landed at the University of Georgia maybe Thursday, something like that, earlier this week.
And we'll start classes, I guess. Of course.
I know he'll start practicing football and working out.
Well, you
and
better
all
be
that
starting
kind of stuff,
classes, too.
Yeah, I'm sure it's to go on and get
Yeah.
an early start. Central Cabarrus beat West Rowan 95-58. Wakefield beat Roseville 77-51. Millbrook over Heritage 72-64. Mount Airy loses to North Stokes. Brett, is that supposed to happen? North Stokes 83, Mount Airy 70. Franklin over Smoky Mountain 99-34.
The score, the margin.
Yeah, a lot of those. Have you noticed? I mean, there's a trend there. Forbush 90, Surrey Central 84, Ben L. Smith 62, High Point Central 22, McDowell falls to Inca 87-65, Wilkes Central over North Wilkes 53-52.
Somewhere Brian Hanks is crying.
Yep.
His alma mater is North Wilkes.
North Henderson 83, East Henderson 39. I'm not surprised, but it just seems like a lot of blowout games. And it makes you wonder. I mean, don't you think the gap is too big in basketball to start the running clock? Isn't it 40?
Yeah, that's a lot.
I mean, I would say 30 at the most. Butch says Maiden's girls was 53-49 in overtime in that win over Bandy's, and the boys was 61-33, which Mike said just a couple minutes ago. He found that one.
Yeah, I'm with you. You got to go 30 on a running clock in basketball.
Yeah, I've never been to a high school. I don't know if I've ever been to a high school game where a team overcame a 20-point deficit.
It's rare.
Well, I mean, the games are shorter, than
8-minute
a
quarters.
college game. Yeah. And usually if somebody builds that 20, 30-point lead, it's because they're just clearly better.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Even if there's 1 in 100 chance, of a team coming back from 30, you don't need it. 30's enough.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, 30's just enough. You don't need to. And I'm not. I think everybody. I think people might think, well, you're embarrassed by the running clock. I think it's the other way. I think you're embarrassed because you don't get out of there.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are embarrassed on the court. So the quicker you get them off the court, the less the embarrassment. To me,
that's the way I see it. The outcome is determined. Let's end the game in a safe and sportsmanlike manner and get on out of there.
Right.
For everybody's sake.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think that's about it as far as the high school games, the high school boys games go. Last night I don't have any girls' scores right in front, except for what I was provided with, and a couple that Mike gave. There. Was anybody else on there on that girls' page of local interest?
Let me see real quick, yeah.
Because
Jay, maybe some. Let me check.
Yep.
Give me a moment. Scores.
But high school basketball is now that get back to conference play because the holiday season is over. The Christmas tournaments and holiday tournaments are all behind us now, and we get down to the nitty gritty of. It's the way basketball is laid out. It'll the rest of the season now will just basically fly by.
Oh, 4 weeks, boom.
Yep.
It's then we're in the middle of February and ready for the conference tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
It will not take long to.
I gave that score. Ford 60, North Lincoln 41 from the Western Piedmont. See what else we got here. Quickly scrolling down.
Wrestling matches, I do know this last night. West Lincoln with a big win over Newton last night. West had 2 big wins this week. One of those was a win over Newton Conover last night. Let's see, where is the score of that one? West Lincoln beat Newton 39-31 after beating Bunker Hill just a couple nights ago. Both those teams ranked pretty high in the state. Lincoln also wrestled last night 3 matches. They won their conference match over West Caldwell 55-18. Also defeated East Rutherford 72-6 and Allegheny 55-18. So they picked up 3 wins. And I already gave you the Lincoln Charter boys basketball score, just some of the stuff that I got sent to me last night.
Couple more girls scores. Big South 3A. Kings Mountain 53, South Point 38. I don't know really how that league's going. I hadn't had a chance to look at the standings. No score on Hickory West Iredale girls. missing score on Thomas Jefferson East Gaston girls. So some of these scores are really erratic. As we talked about, they don't seem to get them up there as quickly as they do in football.
And it's not.
Now here's
I think they probably go on and load 2 at a time. You
Yeah.
know, just at a certain time of the week, they get back to school and they'll load them. You know.
and here's one. What we would expect: Shelby 74, Highland Tech 17.
Right.
Defending state 2A champion Shelby. See anything else here?
East Lincoln girls did not play last night, and I don't know if it's COVID protocol for East Lincoln or for St. Stephen's, but one of them, they did not play the game last night, and they're going to make it up later. Butch Parker says we had our first COVID reschedule last night. Bunker Hill boys COVID protocol. East Burke at Bunker scheduled for Wednesday. The boys game with Maiden will also be rescheduled. That's Bunker Hill and Maiden, which I guess is supposed to happen Tuesday, would be my guess, will also be rescheduled as well. And yes, we're going to see a lot of that.
It's inevitable. Here's another one from the Catawba Valley Conference. Newton Conover 73, West Lincoln 32.
Yeah, well, West. I'm going to say this about that one. Newton Conover looks clearly to be the best girls. I think the boys' race is pretty wide open in the CVAC.
Right.
But Newton's definitely the favorite, a heavy favorite. To win the CVAC on the girls' side. And
a couple more girls.
I don't know who will be the top challenger, to be honest with you.
I know.
I would have guessed Bandy's, but if Maiden beat Bandy's last night, then maybe Maiden is.
Yep.
I don't know about East Burke. Sometimes they have a good girls team. I think they made it to the state championship a few years ago.
One or two more here in the girls. Crest 45, North Gaston 24. Maiden 53, Bandy's 49. I think we mentioned that one earlier. Huss 53, Forest View 39. In the Big South, let's see. No report on Bunker Hill East Burke girls.
Rodney Willis says great atmosphere at West Lincoln last night for that match with Newton Conover. Back and forth, came down to the final match. It was 33-31 until Chade Norman won his match with a pin to clinch the win. Chade, of course, is the grandson of head coach Butch Ross. So you would expect him to win, right? got the background there.
The East Burke's girls actually beat Newton this week.
When you said East Burke, I thought that I had saw that, Brett.
But they have a loss to Bandy's,
right?
And they beat Maiden, so they're 2-1.
Yep.
I guess Newton's something and 1,
which tells you that it may be a pretty good race after all. In the girls.
Now, East Burke's only 6-5, but they've played. They lost to Freedom twice.
Yeah,
who's always good.
Well, let me just go ahead and tell you, Bunker Hill's in first place at 2-0. Okay. Because they haven't played as many games.
Yeah.
But they are 2-0. Bandy's 3-1. East Burke 2-1. Newton 2-1. Maiden 1-2. West 1-3. Lincoln 0-3. And West Caldwell, of course, we mentioned earlier, does not have a varsity girls program. At least at
Here's
this,
another
at
from
this point.
the Western Piedmont. North Iredell 45. Statesville 38.
Lenny chiming in saying East Burke did beat Newton early in the week. That's a big win for the East Burke girls for sure. And then they did not get to play Bunker Hill last night. In the boys, all I can tell you, without unless I can pull it up here real quick, in the CVAC is as something that we've already mentioned. Is the fact that West Caldwell now is the only unbeaten team in boys in the CVAC as far as conference games go. Nobody in the league really had a great non-conference season to open the schedule, but last night's game between Lincoln and West Caldwell was for first place, at least for the time being. And West Caldwell is 60-57 winner, and that one now does have sole possession of first place. They're 4-0. Maiden and Lincoln are both 3-1. West Lincoln, East Burke, and Bunker Hill all 1-2. Bandy's 1-3, and Newton 0-3. So it's going to be. I think I think the champion is going to come from one of those three right there, and you got to give West Caldwell the edge right now because they've beaten both Maiden and Lincoln, the two teams that are right on their heels.
Yep, they do.
They've done what they had to do. They won both those at home, and we'll see. We'll see if Maiden and Lincoln can knock them off later down the road. Whenever they get to host those games as well. Biggest sports story this week, was there one? Anything stand out to you? Lost a great actor, Sidney Poitier.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, 94 years old. Who could forget some of his films like Lilies of the Field, In the Heat of the Night. It just goes on and on.
Laney said there was a high school game in Connecticut, 94-4, and that's where I'm getting. That's
I
why.
did see that.
That's why you need a running clock.
Yeah,
At
92-4 or 94-4.
And the running clock I'm talking about just applies to North Carolina. I don't know if all the states. Obviously, I wouldn't think that one did.
Yeah,
but you know what?
Could've.
We've talked about this before. If you beat somebody 94-4, it's because you tried to.
Yeah.
I mean, in a roundabout way, you tried to do it.
And down the state's talking about bringing in a shot clock to high school basketball.
Yeah, it won't be good in games like that. It won't be good in games like that. But
no, because that's going to force a quick tempo up and down the floor.
Yep.
Yeah, 1 game suspension for that coach.
Is that what he got? Boy, what a rough penalty. That's a killer right there.
It really kills him. Well, this team had been beating everybody, very soundly, but of course that score is ridiculous. But
was that
and they're going to meet again this season. They must be in the same.
Does
conference.
each state? I just wonder if each state has their own rules about how they handle that kind of situation, or does the NFHS have some guidelines in place?
High School Federation.
Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, it's.
This was a private Catholic league.
Yeah.
Private, yeah. Which could still be under NFHS though. It wouldn't be under like our NCHSAA. It wouldn't be under that, but the National Federation would still. Yeah. I just wonder if they have anything that's because most people. I mean, there's a lot of times I would say that states don't even think about that. That it doesn't cross their mind unless you see one like this. And then without any rules in place, would you just automatically suspend a coach? I mean, I don't see how you could.
Yeah.
Because if he didn't break a rule or do something, I mean,
well, the action
you probably should, but
I think the action was taken by the school itself.
Oh, was it?
For whom the coach is.
Well, I got to hand it to them if that's what if that's what they did. I mean, that's a bold move, but doesn't bother me at all.
Well, I think there was some indication that
Butch says it is just state rules, different.
Just state rules.
It's all governed by each state.
Well, I heard one of the reports was the team just continued to press and play very aggressively, even when the game got completely out of hand.
You see idiots doing it in youth leagues.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad. It's sad that you want to win that bad. I got a feeling that the girls on that team would have probably been happy with a 30-point win.
Oh,
it didn't have to be 90.
No,
it'd probably been happy with a 30.
Took off the gas and beat them 60-4 or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
yeah. I guess the biggest news story this week nationally was the shirtless wonder.
Yeah, I was going to say
Antonio Brown. Just that view of him dancing in the end zone on that injured ankle. Is just something that will stick with me for a long time. Do you guys think he'll play in the NFL again?
Well, we've kind of ridden him off a couple.
I didn't get a quick answer from either one.
My guess would be no.
Yeah.
I mean, I just can't imagine a team being that desperate.
Yeah.
The funny thing, it ain't funny, but the sad thing is he was in the right situation where he was, because they got more hurt wide receivers,
That's
more
right.
injured wide
Yeah.
receivers than anybody.
They do.
Mike Evans is not healthy, and
Yeah, it does. It
You know,
hurts.
I mean-
It hurts their depth.
yeah,
At
I mean,
receiver.
he's there where Brady's kind of looked after him, took care of him, and it's like, to me, like it hurt Brady more than anything else. It just that
What was the alleged blow up? He wasn't getting any targets.
no,
was
it
that-
said they wanted him to go in, and he said he wouldn't go in
wouldn't
because
go
his
in.
ankle's injured.
That's
Yet
right.
he could dance across the end zone on that.
He asked
On
for
that
the incentives
poor-
to be turned into
poor-
guarantees.
That's right. That was part of it too.
That's what started.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, if he played all his games, he wouldn't have had any problem meeting. Then, if he would have played, if he just comes in and plays, But
But he's, throughout his history in the league, it's well documented. Surely this is the end.
it seems like it's always wide receivers, don't it?
Ah.
For whatever
Just
reason.
go back. Just go back and look at them.
Yep. T.O. had his
The
time.
T.O. was borderline.
And he's wanting to come back.
Yeah.
At what age? 49.
Yeah.
Wanting to come back
What's-
and join
What,
Tampa.
He may be more likely to come back than Antonio Brown at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
You know? How old is Brown?
You have to give me a minute. on
Mid-thirties.
He's
that
got to be
one.
35, don't he?
Uh,
I know he
I
went
don't
to.
know.
I know he went to Central Michigan.
yeah.
He was a Chippewa.
Yeah. He's not a Chippewa off the old block, though, right? He's a little different. Lenny sends me this.
33.
He's 33.
Oh, he's not old.
Cassidy Geddes, a junior guard for Newton Conover last night, made 8 threes on her way to 40 points in that game.
8 threes.
Yeah.
Impressive.
In that way to that game against West. So, yeah, Newton is, and it was a bad time for Lenny and Rick and West Lincoln girls to catch, and also Lance Watson to catch Newton coming off that loss.
Coming off that loss.
Yeah, first conference loss to.
Hey, well, we've
Eastburg.
got a couple minutes left. Y'all know the Lincoln County Middle School basketball tournament was first round last night.
Did not.
Championships today.
Did not.
No.
The girls will be East and West at 11:30, and then the boys' championships North and Lincoln.
I had a feeling that's what
right
you were
after
gonna
that.
say
So
after
all
you-
4 schools represented
That's good.
in the championships,
Yep, that's good.
and it's at Lincoln Middle.
And I wonder if they play consolation games.
They do.
Prior
Yeah,
to that.
they
Okay,
do.
Good.
Yeah,
Everybody
they
gets
start.
to
They
play
should be
twice.
playing right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. Maybe I'll get some results of that over the weekend. I'd like to see the results of that, and good for all 4 schools being represented. Boys is North and Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
Girls is East
and West.
How
Yep.
about that?
Okay.
There you go, Lenny. You got those girls coming along. It's
Yeah.
going to be there. And
Before we leave, are we going to make our picks on?
Lenny said we hit an angry buzzsaw last night. Yeah, that was Newton Conover's girls after that
Oh.
first loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Go ahead. Georgia or Alabama? I know that's where you're going.
Yeah. I'm going Alabama. Nick
Wow.
Saban continues his mastery over his protege, Kirby Smart, again.
I hope you're right, but I'm sticking with my pick of Georgia.
To win it.
Yeah, I mean, I said it a couple weeks ago. I thought Alabama was going to beat Georgia it's been more than a couple weeks now in that SEC championship. But I said Georgia would bounce back and beat Alabama in the national championship, and I'm going to stay with it.
Well, they better score some points.
You know, I always said that I learned a long time ago you don't pick against Shelby and you don't pick against Alabama.
And you don't.
So I'm going with Georgia to win it. I just feel like it's their turn.
I just think they have
And
a
you
better
don't mess
team.
around with Jim.
I just feel like it's their turn. Well, I'll be surprised if Alabama wins.
No,
Absolutely
no,
not.
not at all. I
I'm
won't
never
either.
surprised if Alabama wins, but it just seems like the law of averages at some point would catch up. And if Georgia don't beat Alabama this year, it ain't never happening.
And Alabama
'Cause
has
they're clearly
lost
better.
a couple national championship games. They
Yes.
lost to
Yeah,
Clemson.
they lost to
What,
Clemson
twice?
Twice.
Yep, they sure have.
They have.
So he can be beat
Yep.
in
Yeah.
these games.
It just hadn't been to one of his assistants.
Now, the one big difference I see, I think Georgia's roster is better almost across the board. But the quarterback,
Yeah.
I think Alabama has the
There's
advantage.
no doubt. If they do not
Yeah, they
get
do.
a rush on
A little bit.
Bryce Young and make him uncomfortable, he'll just pick them apart.
But he is missing a key receiver that he had Mechie in that first matchup.
I know,
So,
but they seem to be okay against Cincinnati in the receiving corps. So.
that's
I know
that's a big
Cincinnati,
difference.
Yeah.
All right, times.
And they didn't put up a ton of points or yardage in that Cincinnati
I don't
game.
have a dog in the fight. I just want to see a good game.
Yeah, I know
The
it's time for one.
semifinals were blowouts.
Semifinals are pitiful.
They were over the first 10
Semifinals.
minutes.
Go Dogs.
The
Go
Bama
Dogs,
hater
says
behind us says go
Hey,
Dogs.
Lanny says go Dogs.
Which I understand. Hey, you know what? It's like Duke's same way. Either pull for Duke or you hate them. Alabama's definitely that way, and the Cowboys are that way when it comes to football. And I'd say the Lakers are that way to a certain point. Yankees are that way in baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, there's teams in all of them but one thing we know, they got that way because they won big games. they got there.
Had Georgia recruited me, I would have given it careful consideration. I don't like the Dogs.
But Alabama is the top college program in any sport right now. Right now, anyway. More national titles.
If Saban wins this one, you got to start thinking of him in terms of what John Wooden did, as far as domination.
Any guess on what we'll be talking about next Saturday at this time in the NFL?
Well, the playoffs, obviously.
But will there be a big story bigger than that, like a coach firing that we didn't expect?
Oh, that's right.
I'm just wondering.
Or how about Jim Harbaugh going to Chicago or Denver?
Would you rather see him in Chicago or Vegas?
Vegas. I want to see him
I don't
in
know.
Vegas.
Something will happen, though. There'll be something. And Antonio Brown might be involved. You just never know at this point, right?
Urban Meyer and Antonio Brown, package deal to the Raiders.
Package deal to the Redskins.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in this morning. For Brett and Mike, I'm David. See you next week.